Hello again, and thank you for joining me as we continue our series, A Walk Through the Windows here at Our Lady of Peace Church. I'm Deacon John Mang, and our window today is one of 4 windows located within our Blessed Mother Chapel. And the 4 windows combined reveal a touch of intimacy with Mary, God, and God's creation of nature. There is a connection as well to Saint Francis of Assisi and the Blessed Virgin Mary, expressed in this glass, and based in part on the familiar poem, The Canticles of the Creatures by Saint Francis of Assisi, where Saint Francis speaks of Brother Fire. It's important for us to note that Saint Francis of Assisi is known as one of the greatest Marian devotees in the history of the Church. And it's recorded that Saint Francis had a love for Our Lady that was beyond words. There's also a connection to the Litany of Loreto, which I'll share with you in a moment. Today I'd like to actually begin at the bottom of the window and work our way upward. So at the very bottom, we see kindling and a fire toward the bottom. And above those, the images of an owl and a star. And these images taken together make us mindful of the night and of God's creation. The fire is our visual reminder of St. Francis's words in the Canticle of the Creatures, "And praise be you, my Lord, through brother fire, by whom you light up the night." Arriving at the top of the glass, we notice a very beautiful image of a red rose. And this rose points to our Blessed Mother Mary as the mystical rose. The mystical rose title is contained within the beautiful Litany of Loreto, which was approved in 1587 by Pope Sixtus V. Truly, the rose is the queen of all flowers, and there's something in the heavenly arrangement of its petals, its coloring, there's something in its scent and symmetry, and the modesty of its green leaves, which makes it very special. It is the flower which captures the heart at nearly every stage of its growth. And Mary, the most beautiful of God's creation, is indeed the mystical rose, especially chosen for God's garden. She is the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valley. There is no rose comparable to her. She has made paradise ever so beautiful. Our Blessed Mother's soul reflects the love of God, while her person represents a strong woman of firm faith. She has the sweetness of sanctity and the beauty of virtues. According to St. John Henry Newman, the Blessed Virgin Mary is called the mystical rose because she is the queen of spiritual flowers, and therefore she was called the rose, for the rose is fitly called, of all flowers, the most beautiful. The color is symbolic as well. If we refer to Mary as our mystical rose, it's important to embrace the colors in the symbol. White represents Our Lady's purity, a golden color, her royalty. Red points not only to her love, but also to her suffering as well. From a reflection on Mary, our mystical rose, the rose grows out from a stem of thorns, and in the heart of this flower, the red of the cross of her Son. Indeed, without thorns, a rose is not a rose. Without the thorn of great suffering and love, Mary could not have become the mystical rose of God's paradise. This window serves as a beautiful reminder of Mary's love of God and her love of everything God has created. It's a reminder of how, even in the dark of night, God will overcome the darkness and lighten us to his ever-abiding presence in our world and in our lives. Well, thank you for joining me today, and may Mary, our mystical rose, Our Lady of Peace, pray for us.